Welcome again to part 12. Spake, words spoken of by Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God. Taken from Matthew's 24, verse 15. It says, "When you therefore shall see the abominations of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand." Every time I mistake this, I read it so many times. Let me see. It said, "When you therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand." Now, this is the Middle East, a nation who have a natural resource of crude oil. The world have become dependent on this natural resource because it is the heartbeat of their industries and their natural resources. It is the food or the resource which will stabilize the economy in many parts of the world. But by man became being addicted to his ways and became addicted to his success and his greatness, they would risk being cursed by God and take a chance on taking the fruits from this nation or from this land and seizing control of it, and it would become a curse to them where they would virtually lose everything that they have. That's the way it is. I'm going to take this part from Daniel chapter 8 because this has to transcend into Revelation. This is one reason I'm taking you this part, using the word that Jesus spoke these things, because he was the voice that spoke back from his Father when he went to his Father in heaven. And when you see how these things match up, and he's referred down to things spoken of in Daniel as the reference point of what would come hereafter, I showed you through my wording when I speak these things, and then how it become a connecting part to other parts of Bible prophecy. But in Daniel is where we see the horn, the 10th horn, and the little horn with eyes spoken of in Daniel chapter 7. Now, I want to go to Daniel chapter 8 and try to explain this the best I can while I can here. If I have time will permit me to. Because this is the knocking down the Trade Center building, Twin Tower Trade Center building. Daniel chapter 8. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared unto me, even unto me Daniel, after that which appeared unto me at the first. And I saw in a vision, and it came to pass when I saw that I was at Shushan in the palace, which is in the province of Elam. He gave you a general description where he was, the province of Elam. This is the province of Elam was stretched from Iraq all the way to Afghanistan, down by the Euphrates and the Tigris River, all the way to Afghanistan. And I saw in a vision, and I was by the river of Ulai, U-L-A-I. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, that stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. Listen at the symbol he's speaking of. Here's your ram here with 2 horns. That's long horn. There's a short horn. They both is attached to the same body. This is what the symbol telling us. The ram had 2 horns. They both long horns, but one was higher, but the one was shorter than the other. But yet, while they being attached on to the same body, as the ram lifted up his head, the longer of the two came up last, which tells us this is part of Bible prophecy, a strange part of Bible prophecy. Now, verse 4, I saw the ram pushing westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him, neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will, and became great. And as I was considering, behold, an he-goat came from the west of the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground, and the goat had a notable horn between his eyes. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, which I had seen standing by the river, and ran unto him in the fury of his power. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his 2 horns. And there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he could cast him down to the ground, and stamped upon him. And there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. Stop it right there. Verse 10. Stop it right there. You don't interpret this. As I said, the horns is what the ram and the ox fight with. So by the 2 rams' horns was given, that means these are 2 fighting forces located in the same geographic location of the exact same landmass of the same nation. So, therefore, these are 2 fighting forces. One was a larger fighting force, one was a smaller fighting force, which was the fighting forces of Bin Laden and the fighting forces of Afghanistan. Now, going back to Ezekiel chapter 9, as God said, call them every man in his destroying weapon. Over here, Habakkuk tells us they came as an eagle hasting to eat over there. And they went in and they killed, slaughtered the people, and what they did to them. Habakkuk, I'll get to that part later on. Well, what had happened was, I said in the previous recording, when I just got the minute talking about, that they used the trade center building as a propagation of weapons. All who do not take on the law of democracy and abandon the law of Moses and become a part of a member of this United Nations, then they false accuse these people, and they cannot buy and sell their goods until they become weak. And when they become weak, because they can't buy and sell their goods from their own land, because of the nations got control of their resources through these World Trade Organizations, then they act out their anger upon the infrastructure which is causing this. And they knock down the 2 trade center buildings and hit the Pentagon.